In this video, we shall learn how to combine two linear transformations to get a new linear transformation. So let S be a transformation from V to W and T another transformation from V to W. We define their addition as follows. Define S plus T from V to W by S plus T of V to be equal to S of V plus T of V. And we can also multiply a transformation by a scalar. We define k times s from v to w by ks of v equal to k times s of v. These two new transformations s plus t and ks are indeed linear transformations that we shall now prove. So for this, take two vectors u and v in V and two scalars alpha and beta. Then s plus t of alpha u plus beta v is equal to s of alpha u plus beta v plus t of alpha u plus beta v. Now because s is a linear transformation, we can write this one as alpha times su plus beta times sv, and similarly this is equal to alpha times tu plus beta times t of v. Now because addition is commutative, so we can collect these two together, alpha su and alpha tu, and then beta sv and beta tv. We can take alpha common from these two, so this is alpha times su plus tu, and this is similarly beta times sv plus tv. But su plus tu is same as s plus t of u, and sv plus tv is same as s plus t of v. So we have proved that s plus t of alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha times s plus t of u and beta times s plus t of v. Similarly, we can show that ks times alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha ks u plus beta ks v. So these two s plus t and ks both are linear transformations. Now with respect to these two operation of addition of linear transformation and this operation of scalar multiplication, with respect to these two operations, the set of all linear transformations from V to W becomes a vector space over the same field F, and we denote this vector space by hom VW. Now we prove this theorem which tells us what is the dimension of hom VW if we know the dimension of V and dimension of W. If dimension of V is m and dimension of W is n, then dimension of hom VW is equal to m into n. So to prove this, let V1 V2 Vm be a basis of V and W1 W2 Wn be a basis of W. Now we define m n linear transformations as follows. Define Tij from V to W. This Tij is for each I and for each j, so these will be m into n in numbers. Define Tij of Vi equal to Wj. This we can define by theorem 5.2, because if we have a basis of V, then we can define a linear transformation just by defining on the basis elements Vi. So we define this way, Tij of Vi equal to Wj. So this happens when this subscript I is same as this I, and if this is not the case, that this subscript I is not this equal to I, then we define that Tij of V is 0 for any other basis vector v1 v2 vn. So for example, if we'll take T11, then T11 of V1 will be equal to W1, and for all other VI's, that means T11 of V2 will be 0, T11 of V3 will be 0, and so on. So this way we define these mappings, linear transformations Tij from V to W. We shall prove that these Mn linear transformations form a basis of Hom VW. So to prove that these Tij form a basis of Hom VW, we shall prove that they generate Hom VW and also they are linearly independent. So to show that these generate Hom VW, we take a linear transformation T in Hom VW and we shall show that T is a linear combination of these Tij. Now T is a linear transformation from V to W. Suppose T of Vk is equal to Xk, where k lies between 1 to m. Now because Xk is in W, we can write Xk as a linear combination of elements of basis of W. So suppose Xk is alpha k1 W1, alpha k2 W2 and so on up to alpha kn Wn. Now let us take this combination of Tij with alpha ij. These are same alpha ij that appear here for each xk, and we will show that this S is same as this T, and this will show that T is a linear combination of Tij. To show that T is same as S, we shall show that S of V is same as T of V for all V in V. And to show this, it is sufficient to show that they agree on basis vectors. That means S of Vi is same as T of Vi for all Vi basis vectors. Now let us apply S on kth basis vector. S of Vk is equal to, now put the value of S here. So this transformation applied on Vk, but because S plus T of Vk is S of Vk plus T of Vk, so we can write this summation in this form. So Tij of Vk. Now we shall separate this summation into two parts. In one part we shall take all i's which are not equal to k, I not equal to k, and one part where I is equal to k. The part I equal to k is this one. When we put I equal to k here, we get alpha kj and Tij becomes Tkj. So this is corresponding to I equal to k, and this summation is corresponding to I not equal to k. Now because I is not equal to k, so Tij Vk will be 0 by the definition of Tij, and so we are left with only this part. And we know that when these two are equal, this k and this k, so the image is Wj. So this becomes summation j varies from 1 to n alpha kj Wj, and this is nothing but xk, you can see from here, and xk is T of Vk. So S of Vk is same as T of Vk for all basis vectors, and so S of V is same as T of V, and this shows that Tij generate Hom VW. We now prove that Tij are linearly independent. So suppose this combination is 0 for some scalars alpha ij. If this transformation is 0, this is a transformation that is equal to 0, then it will kill all the vectors. So in particular it will kill Vk. So if we apply this transformation on Vk, we will get 0. But we have just seen that this summation becomes this one. So this is equal to 0, but Wj's are linearly independent. So all these scalars must be 0 for all k. And so alpha ij is 0 for each I and each j. So Tij are linearly independent, and hence Tij form a basis of Hom VW. And because these are m into n in numbers, so dimension of Hom VW is m into n. The last operation that we will define on linear transformation, that is composition of linear transformation. This is simply composition of functions. So let Vwx be three vector spaces over the same field F. Let T from V to W and S from W to X be linear transformations. So we have this picture. T is from V to W and S is from W to X. So we can define composition of T and S as a mapping. So S composition T will be a map from V to X, which is defined by S composition T of V equal to S of T of V. Now we show that this composition is a linear transformation from V to X. So SOT, if we apply this on alpha V plus beta W, then it will be equal to S of T of alpha V plus beta W, but T is a linear transformation, so this is equal to S of alpha TV plus beta TW. This we can write down as alpha times S of TV plus beta times STW, and this is of course equal to alpha times S composition T of V plus beta times S composition T of W, and so S composition T is a linear transformation, and we shall write S composition T simply as S times T. We now prove this theorem. Vwx are three vector spaces over the same field F. T and T dash are two linear transformations from V to W, and S and S dash are two transformations from W to X. Then for any scalar alpha, we shall prove that S into T plus T dash is ST plus ST dash. This is kind of left distributive law, and S plus S dash T is equal to ST plus S dash T, right distributive law. And third thing is that alpha times ST is equal to alpha S times T, and this is same as S times alpha T. So this is how scalar multiplication and multiplication of two linear transformations, these two operations are related with each other. So let us prove now one by one. For any vector v in V, S times T plus T dash of V is equal to S of T plus T dash of V, but T plus T dash of V is TV plus T dash V by addition of linear transformations. Now we can apply this composition. So this is S of TV plus S of T dash V. So this is STV, ST dash V, and so we can say that S time this mapping S plus T, S times T plus T dash is same as ST plus ST dash, and similarly we can prove the other parts. Now this is particular case. If V is same as W, then we write home VW simply as home VV and more simply as AV. So if dimension of V is n, then dimension of AV will be equal to n times n, that is n square. And if T is from V to V and S is from V to V, then ST is also a linear transformation from V to V, and so ST is again a member of AV, home VV. Now we define what is algebra. An algebra A over F is a vector space, first of all, over a field F. Then we have an additional multiplication operation defined such that for any xyz in A and alpha in F, we have x times y plus z is equal to xy plus xz, x plus yz is equal to xz plus yz, and alpha xy is equal to alpha x times y equal to x times alpha y. We have just seen that all the linear transformations in AV satisfy these three conditions. So this AV becomes an algebra over F. In fact, we have one more operation, one more condition that is satisfied by these transformations, and that is associative. R times ST is same as RS times T. So this AV is an associative algebra over F.